Welcome to Finding the Voices. I am Monica Ingatam. Hello everyone, welcome to Finding the Voices. Today we have a very special guest speaker joining us from Netherlands. He is Bung Keisham, originally from Manipur, and he's a fashion designer. Welcome to our show, Bung.
Thank you, Say. Hello everyone.
All right, so to start with, we know about your background about fashion designing. Can you share a little more about your introduction, your background?
Actually, like my real name is not Bung Keisham. It's just a pet name.
Oh, really?
My parents used to call me by Bung, and my real name is Keisham Kunjakishore Singh, which I really don't like it.
Oh, okay. So it's Keisham Kunjakeshwar. So is that still your
it's my
name, official name?
Yeah, official name. But
okay.
I think I was quite a difficult child when I was growing up. I mean, like I have like two elder brothers, one elder sister, and one younger brother. And my eldest brother, the eldest brother, is like quite a strict one. He never allowed us to go out or like go out and enjoy any festival. Like when we are not allowed to go out when we were studying in the school. So it was quite difficult for me to grow up in that situation. Being like, I was like, from the childhood I was a little bit girlish. Like, no, I was gay. Like since I was, so it was very difficult because my brother used to beat me up, things like that. I was a
You said like, you recognized it when you were small. How old were you?
I say I was in class 4.
Class 4.
Yeah, I was in school. I realized because me and my younger brother used to go out with my mom or my dad, like when they go for marketing, like. So I just prefer dolls and because we don't have during that time we don't have Barbie dolls, so we have that Manipuri.
Right, like DB.
Yeah, Manipuri like DB. So my younger brother, I just asked them to buy a gun, toy gun, and all the stuff. But for me, I just go for like doll, and I cry for it. Like, and because of that reason, my brother just beat me up. Like, why you behaving like girls and blah blah blah. So like quite difficult for me when I was growing.
Okay, but at that point of time, since you were young, you didn't really know the difference per se, but you did know that you were a little different and you preferred more the girls' stuff. Okay, so then what happened? Like, tell me the story about how you progressed and how you, how did people around you, what was their reaction and how was it?
So till my high school, I try to keep it normal. Like I try to behave as much as like other boys behave. But then after I completed my my higher secondary school, and then after that I want to follow up I want to study English honors. But my parents didn't allow me to study English honors because I was telling them like after I English honors I want to go for fashion designing, but they didn't allow me. They said like, oh, like English is not good, so you have to end. And they never encouraged me to do fashion designing because they said it's the girly thing. Like, because from the childhood I was growing up like a girl, and so they don't encourage me doing fashion designing as a career option. So they forced me to study biochemistry, which is totally different from the fashion. They let me study biochemistry, and then I started graduating on the biochemistry, studying biochemistry for Then I didn't complete it again. I gave it up like on my 3rd year final exams. though I passed like first year, second year very nicely, but third year I was not so interested. Like, so I gave up. I quit.
I see. So after your class 12, you wanted to pursue fashion designing and go into that line. You were interested, but your family was not supporting you. They said, no, it's more not a men profession. And so they kind of got you into doing biochemistry graduation.
Yeah.
But your mind was not into that.
Not into that. So I gave an option, like if you want me to study biochemistry, I will do the biochemistry on your term. But after my graduation, I want to go for like fashion designing. Then they agree, willing to accept that on that condition that after if I completed in biochemistry, I can go for anything which I want. And but as the time grew up, right now after my second year, I don't see a chance that they are going to send me for fashion designing. So I quit. I quit in between, like on my third year, BSc third year. I quit my exam and then I ran away from home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I ran away from home.
So you ran away from home and went to Delhi.
Yeah.
And how much money did you have?
I think during that time, to be honest, like I steal my father money, like around that time it was around 40,000.
So you got 40,000.
Yeah, I got 40,000. And then yeah, but I wrote a letter. I kept a letter in my father's pocket where I took the money out, and then I wrote a letter that I'm not going to use the money unnecessarily, but I want to pursue my career, so I'm taking the money, and then I left. But for a few months they were like very angry because I took the money, blah blah blah, and then eventually they didn't say anything, like they started saying like study nicely.
So after you came to Delhi, like who was there? Like you had planned like where you're going to stay and where you're going to study. Everything was planned before you came.
Luckily, there was one of my cousin, my neighbor cousin, who was living in Delhi, and some of my friends as well from the college. So I stayed together with them. So I took help from them.
Okay. So you did not get support from your family, but what about your friend circle, relatives, before you came out?
Some of my friends supported me, and some of my friends like, no, we don't talk, like, but they know that I'm different. But sometimes they used to make fun of me, like, you are so girly, but they're not in a like, to make me down or something as a friend, like, we actually joke. But I think in that way, my friends are quite supportive. Like they know, they understand.
So, what do you think? Like being in Manipur and outside, the general, acceptance of being gay, is it more acceptable in Manipur or outside? What is your experience?
I think like here in Netherlands, quite often people are quite open about it, and it's like legal. But back at my hometown, like, but I just find it for me, like, in my life, like personal life, like I've been always like treated so badly at home, and like when it comes to say, people say like home sweet home, but for me, I feel like suffocated to stay in my house because when I have problem, I don't have anybody to share with, like my problem. I want to tell something like what happened, but I don't find anybody whom I can trust or say something. So it's been like not for me. It's like let's struggle in my house, like how to do it. Sometimes like when I was growing up, they used to lock me up inside the house because I hang out with lots of other gay people in Manipur. So it's like unless there was less like kind of, and sometimes they used to beat me up. So it's like for me, I think.
So you had a very rough childhood.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bring good memory when people when you talk about home and being associated with that.
Yeah.
It's just like they did not accept what you are. They didn't want to accept and wanted to change you.
Yeah, they wanted to change me. Even they used to take me to psychiatrists and lots of they tried to they do many things. Like they took me to psychiatrist, and they beat me up, and they used to lock me inside the house for a few days. Like, and I was not allowed to talk to friends, and so it was very difficult for me. Even now and then, if I think it back, like I cannot connect with my family. Even now and then, I hardly talk with my parents. Like, though I miss them, love them, but still I cannot find a connection.
Okay. So now that you have gone out of that phase and come out strongly, and you're telling your story to all of us, what would be your advice, like, to parents, who are in similar situations?
My advice to the parents is like, let the kid grow up as what they wanted to be. If they support them, like, and like guide them in a way where they cannot go wrong. Being gay is not a crime, or it's not a disease or something which you choose. It's like it's already there in you. You cannot change it. It's not your choice. It's just that it happens to be like not different. You're different, so you should learn to accept your child, no matter what they are. And right, otherwise, like, there are so many people, like, because kids are running away from the home, and like, so many things. Like, they don't go for study, and they're being bullied in the school. So many things. Like, even if you cannot go out from your house, the boys in the neighborhood are chasing you or teasing you. So if you have the support from your parents, I think they can stay strong, at least, like, because they tell your story. Otherwise, like, it's difficult for the child mentally, and like physically. It destroys when there's no support, because the the love you expect from your family is more important. When you're not getting from your family that one you trust, then it's like mentally destroy the child mentality, like, all throughout the process. But if you can take it strongly, then you can be something. But otherwise, like, so many people, they go in the wrong direction when there's no support from the family. So I think to the parents, I want to advise that you should support your kids no matter what they are.
So did you think about doing anything bad or harming yourself in the process of going through?
I have tried couples of times to kill myself. I tried to hang myself, even tried to cut my wrists. I think when
And this was when you were in Manipur?
Yeah.
And so what was the reaction of your mother?
They were just like, even if I tried, they don't understand me. Like, I think I ran away twice or thrice. When I don't remember exactly, but I think I ran away twice. And when I was in Delhi, I could not complete my study because I got sick. So I had to come back home, and then I had to stay one year in Manipur. Even then, like, they don't support me. I was just like away from my family. Like, even if I'm at home, I stay in my room to do my own things, or I go to another place, I do my work and stuff. There was no encouragement. They always think that being gay is like wrong, because they think that I bring the bad reputation to the family. That's what they
feel. So you think it is more like because they are so much under pressure of what the society and the relative or people around will say?
That's the main problem. I think because, like, they think about the locality, what the people will think, or what the people will say about you, like. So they were more concerned about the other people in the locality, people and like society, but they were not thinking from my point of view.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear
it's okay.
What you had to go through, but it is good that you are sharing because I think this will bring more awareness and also let people think, your side of the story.
Yeah, I hope so.
Once you are in Delhi, then what happened? Like, how did your fashion designing come up? Tell us a little bit about.
Pursuing like studying in fashion design, but I don't have support from my family. Like financially, they don't support me. So I started working in my first job was in Domino's Pizza as a customer care representative to support myself. That's what I started growing up, and then after I didn't complete the study. Then after that, I met with this lady, a friend of mine. She's from Manipur itself, and she was a good seamstress. So we decided, like, why don't we buy a machine and start something? And then we bought a machine, and we started, and we started telling friends, like, we design clothes. You can come look for, like, designing thing. And there was one festival for my friend is Christine. She's from Chuchanpur. So they have a festival, Sikpuri. Yeah, Sikpuri festival. It's a Mar community festival. So they have a gathering for the festival in Delhi. So we organize that if we can have a show there, a small show where we design some dresses and show out the people. And so we make some dresses. Like I think we made 5 dresses, and that's how we started there. We showcase our design, and people like it, and then people started coming, and then we started creating our things, and that's how it expand more.
So you just started with like the 5 dress designs,
Yeah.
Delhi.
Yeah.
Okay. And was that a fashion show?
It's not really a fashion show. It's just like kind of we made some traditional costume, like we modernized, like we make gown out of the traditional fabric, or like the wraparound, sarong, and all those handloom products from Manipur. And so we make a garment out of it, like dresses, like, and then we showcase the fashion in their program, like it's not a fashion show. It's that's a festival where people gather, like different kind of community gather there. So, and most of the students and people who live in Delhi. So we showcase our design there as a part of entertainment. And then people like our collection, and that's how. And then people started coming, and so it all started from there.
Okay, so then like it was more like you started it at a retail 1-to-1, and people are like, okay, you do fashion designing, you do clothes, and then they came to you and ordered, and you went from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about like the fashion shows and other work you have done? Tell us a little bit about that.
We were tired of staying in Delhi, and then we said, let's move to Shillong.
Okay.
Let's move to Shillong because it's more nearer to our home place. Like, though I wanted to go to Manipur, but again, I just don't want to face the consequences, and I don't want to go back because of till I prove that being gay is not a thing, and I have to be something before I go back to Manipur. So we went to Long, and then we started up there, and we do some shows there of our own, and that's how we started. And then after the Shillong Fashion Show, and we got invitation from the government of Meghalaya for Shillong Fashion Week, where like
okay.
So that's how we started creating all that. And then once we got through that Shillong Fashion Week, people started noticing us more. And then I said, now it's time to go back to Manipur and do something of our own, in my own place. So I moved to Manipur again, and then we changed our places, and then I started a store there, like Bung store. That's how we.
Okay. So the Bung by Bung I have never actually visited, but it's a retail outlet.
It's it's like kind of designer boutique. So we design and keep our own stuff there. It's like
Okay. So how did it go?
It was good, and we could not do much more because we have some clients, like regular clients. So we keep doing for them. So we cannot. Then once when we were in Manipur, we were so busy doing for private clients, who come for making clothes for themselves. So we cannot do more, but in between we did some shows in Manipur as well. We did some show of our own, and also participated in some Manipur Fashion Week and other some shows there in Manipur.
with what you had and the fashion show and your Bung by Bung boutique, were you able to sustain yourself? Like, how was the growth?
Yeah, like, I think we were doing good. Like we were doing good. Like Boom by Boom was doing good. We can,
Okay.
yeah, we can be very independent. And we have some pure good clients who come regularly, and so we can sustain ourselves. But again, like because of lots of problem back home, like the ban curfew, and not only that, like some personal problems. So I said I have to go out from here.
Okay, so after you went to Delhi, you started getting into fashion designing and you started having your own designs and moved to Shillong and you had your own shows and you felt that, okay, now I can go home because, you had the possibility to be independent and do your own things. And you thought, it would be more, you could settle there. But after you went and then you started Bung by Bung and you still have the client, but you had the challenges of the instability in Manipur because of the economic blockade and things like that. And also the support was not again 100%.
Yeah, there was like
that you expected.
They were only expecting like when I became independent, they in one way they accepted me, but again I feel like they were accepting me because they want my money. They want my money and my things, but they don't accept me for what I am. Like they accept me because I'm earning good and I'm doing good in my work, and so I can survive myself. But still, they were like I feel that like, I was there for about 2 years when I went back from Shillong to Manipur. I started my boutique. Uh, they were like happy when I'm doing for them, but I don't feel the connection that they accepted me for what I am, because I'm not. I don't mind helping them. Like they're my parents, my family. But again, like they have to support me, like mentally, physically, for what I am, not for my kind of work. So that make it difficult for me. So first I opened my boutique in in our own house. So we have like kind of porch area, Sangway. So I renovated the whole Sangway as a boutique, and I invest lots of money on that, and then I started. But I make sure that I asked my parents and my father, and so there was like kind of agreement, like I will be allowed to do something here in this like that particular area, to do something of boom by boom. So we have an agreement. So I did there, but because of like conflict, like not conflict in the sense that some personal issue like family, because since we have lots of siblings, they don't like the way I do my work there. Maybe because like there are so many people coming into my house like for making garments or something. So I think because of so many problems, my brother don't want people to come in the house. So I had problems, so I had to shift out from my house to another place.
Okay.
So that's how, and then that's how I started. But still, there's no support. I feel that they were just after my money.
When you said you moved out, like you moved out your business place, or only you moved out of your home too?
No, I moved out my business place from my home to another place, and still then again, like there are less problems. Like there's something or other going on. So, but I cannot take the stress anymore. So I said I have to move out from from Manipur entirely. Then
Okay. So then it didn't work out because your workplace also was being impacted and you didn't get the acceptance and supported which you were hoping from your family.
Yeah.
So you didn't get support even from your two brothers?
No, nobody. Like my elder brother, I think it's been about 25 years now. We haven't speak to each other.
Okay. What about your younger brother?
My younger brother also, we don't talk. I think I don't have connection with. Sometimes only once in a year, once in 3 months, I talk with my mom, just to ask them how they are doing. Otherwise, I'm not in touch with my family that much.
Okay, and all this because you're gay.
Yeah, because they find it shameful for them. Yeah, they find it like, no, it's not insulting for them, like not being gay and like not doing things, and and also like, I got married legally, like, with a guy.
Mm.
And he support me all the way through, like, my up to now. He knows me.
Okay. So yeah, so you chose your life, and it's hard not to have the support of your family. It's hard not to have them accept you, but you chose and you moved on.
Yeah, I choose. I even if they don't support me, I don't like negative feeling come into my mind. I just try to do something at least for my family, because I love them. I want to do lots of things for, like, for my family, my brother, daughter, and everybody, everyone else. But I also expect something from them, like, to live peacefully without, like, yeah, of course, like family, in the family we argue, we quarrel, but that's not that should not affect, like, in every family it's like there's a quarrel, there's a fight in between brothers and sister, but it's like it's always like that they cannot understand me, or I don't know, I can, if I have to say that maybe I cannot understand the way they think. That's what I feel like. So I said, okay, then if I cannot connect with them, then maybe I should move out from there and, like, do my own things, and if but maybe I have to think more, like, if it is good or bad.
So did you return your 40,000 which you took from your father?
I didn't return the money, but I have done so many things. Like when I went there, like I helped them, like, do the my house, like, to do some renovation work, and I help, like, financially. I whatever I can, I did with me and my husband. We did together, help them something like that. And we also have, because like they were kids, and in Manipur we have lot setting problems. So I bought like generator and inverter, like, so that the kids don't suffer for electricity, and so I
So
helped them.
I mean, you did your part, but it was not like you took that money, so you didn't tell your father, okay, this was the 40,000 rupees I took from you when I left Imphal.
That's not nice to do. So I do something which can help, like, for everybody in the family. So I did. I without any expectation, I just try to do something. Unless they want more and more and more and more, and so I feel like, this is not going the way I wanted. So,
Okay, so what do you mean they want more? Like you felt that they kind of pressured you financially
yeah, because like I
in
was
their needs.
Bung Bai Bung was like not only me, because one of my friends is also part of Bung Bai Bung, and even my partner is also part of Bung Bai Bung. Three of us started Bung Bai Bung together, so everybody has their own share. So
Right.
so I have to explain to each and everyone when I spend something from Bung Bai Bung, like, whatever is coming. So, but they want they come to the shop when I'm not around, because I have to. For me, I have to do everything. I have to stitch, I have to design, and I have to do the merchandising stuff, and go to the market, and all this kind of stuff to get all that I have to do. And my friend who was there in the house looking after the tailoring stitching part, that's it. Stitching part, she was there in the in the shop, and like doing things in the workshop. She was doing things, and my family member, some of the family member come and took away things when I'm not there. So I was like, and in Manipur we have like kind of, don't say like, they are your relative, they are your brother, they are your sister, like, you cannot say anything. But I can give excuse like, okay, fine, you took it, no problem. But second time also I can give excuse, but third time I cannot. So I started telling them like, listen, all these things, like, we are doing for money. It's not that I don't want to give you. I give you something when there's like, proper timing. Like there's a lesser timing. When, like, for example, Nimol Sakawa, I do something for my sister and everybody, like my auntie and whoever. Like, so I give you in time when it is need. But I don't
You
have,
felt like quite pressured because they wanted more and more from you, and you were not able to
yeah.
make everybody happy, and you.
If I do more, they like me. If I say something against them, they are like, oh, he's like this and that. And so I said, this cannot sustain this way, so I have to go. So I tried doing it somewhere else, but again, that also again problem because they always do something at home because I have like shop in the market and then at home I have the workshop. So it's still it can. So I said maybe I should better give up from here and then leave. So that's all.
Okay, so yeah, it means you found it difficult to manage the logistic because you had the shop outside and you had like people working in your home who is actually making the clothes. So it was difficult to move around and a lot of other external pressure.
Yeah, there are lots of problems. So I have to move out from here and then we moved out. I moved out.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break and we'll be back. I want to know more about, how you met your partner. I want to you to share a little bit about him.
Yeah, sure.
And also we'll go through some of the pictures of your designs and maybe you can share a little bit about that.